Currently, FPV drones have become much more effective via technical improvements and pilot skills, as well as many tactical EW and jamming systems don't work effectively or as intended all the time. FPV drones adapted from racing quadcopters are used extensively in the Ukraine conflict. They are small, relatively inexpensive, and effective against various targets including tanks, artillery, and infantry. The rising number of Russian armored vehicle losses over the course of this year may be impacting the offensive advancements on certain parts of the front line, according to the US-based independent think tank Institute for the Study of War, ISW. Moscow has suffered extensive equipment losses this year, reaching a 2-year high in November, and the loss of armored vehicles, approaching 20,000, may be affecting progress in Kursk. The loss of armored vehicles for Russia is significant because it may impact Moscow's ability to continue fighting in the war with Ukraine, compounded with the country's growing shortage regarding manpower. As Russia has been unable to drive the Ukrainian military out of Kursk, despite previous deadlines, this goal may be jeopardized due to the extensive loss of armored vehicles. The ISW reported that a social media source examining Russian military depots through satellite imagery found that Russian forces have 47% of their pre-war tank reserves, 52% of pre-war infantry fighting vehicle reserves, and 45% of pre-war armored personnel carrier reserves remaining in storage as of a recent, unspecified date. The ISW's analysis also said that Russia has made extensive use of its older armored vehicles, including using all of their pre-war T-90 tanks and most of their T-80 tanks thus far, but still have most of their older T-72, T-64/62, and T-54/55 tanks in storage. The ISW added that certain areas of the front line, including Siversk and Kupiansk, which have seen less fighting in recent months, may have more armored vehicles than Pokrovsk and Kurakova. The Ministry of Defense of Ukraine's post on X, formerly known as Twitter, said Russian forces lost 30 armored vehicles today, amounting to a total of 19,945. In terms of equipment, Russia also lost 10 artillery systems, 9 tanks, 44 UAVs, 47 vehicles and fuel tanks, and 3 pieces of special equipment today. Russian losses of armored vehicles were high in the beginning months of the war and then decreased from June 2022 to September of 2023, according to the Armed Forces of Ukraine's figures. Moscow has seen an increase in the loss of armored fighting vehicles from October of last year until November, in which they slightly fell this month to 546 and reached their peak at nearly 1,000 per month. Russian forces have advanced in Kursk with the help of North Korean troops recently and made gains in the southeastern outskirts of Darino, according to the ISW's offensive campaign assessment on December 21st. In another post on X, the Defense Ministry of Ukraine wrote, Day 10. We are almost at the end, so today we recap October. This month marked the largest loss of armored vehicles in the Russian army. 923 units were destroyed or damaged in just 1 month. On average, Ukrainian warriors destroyed 30 AFVs every day. It remains to be seen how Vladimir Putin will make up for Russia's increasing loss of armored vehicles and how this will affect the overall war effort, particularly the offensive in Kursk. Ukrainian troops have taken their first North Korean soldier as prisoner, according to the South Korean news agency Yonhap News. The soldier, who sustained unspecified injuries, was captured by Ukrainian troops in Kursk. The capture of the first North Korean soldier in Kursk is significant because it shows that Democratic People's Republic of Korean troops, DPRK, may not be prepared to continue fighting Ukrainian soldiers. As North Korean troops have not engaged in combat since 1953 and casualty numbers have recently risen, they may not be able to sustain Russia's war with Ukraine. The North Korean soldier was captured by the Special Operations Forces, SOF, of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and they reportedly conducted an operation to destroy the enemy in the Kursk sector, where they also captured trophies, including an APC equipped with anti-heat protection. According to the Ukrainian news outlet Militarny, the SOF also seized a Russian BT-82 armored personnel carrier, weapons, and documents. Photos posted on Telegram by the group Tiskorivy, cited by Militarny, purport to show the captured North Korean soldier and the other items Ukrainian troops seized in Kursk. The DPRK soldier is one of up to 11,000 troops deployed to Kursk to fight alongside Russian forces, and they have been engaging in combat with Ukrainian troops since earlier this month. North Korean soldiers seized their first village in Kursk, Plekhovo, on behalf of Russia between December 6th and 7th. In fighting with Ukrainian troops, North Korean soldiers have sustained increasingly high numbers of casualties, as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky recently estimated that they have lost 3,000 soldiers in Kursk. And he also wrote on X, formerly known as Twitter, "There are risks of North Korea sending additional troops and military equipment to the Russian army, and we will have tangible responses to this." South Korea's military has also predicted that North Korea will deploy additional soldiers to Kursk after sustaining so many casualties, and that they may send suicidal drones to Russia to further aid the war effort. South Korea's National Intelligence Service said, "Through real-time information sharing with a friendly nation's intelligence organization, we confirmed the capture of a wounded North Korean soldier and plans to thoroughly examine the subsequent development." After seizing the diary of a North Korean soldier killed in Kursk, the Special Operations Forces of Ukraine wrote on X, "Diary of KIA North Korean soldier in Kursk Oblast." Part 2, Live Bait. Ukrainian SOF operators eliminated a North Korean soldier in Russia's Kursk region. Discovering his diary, the entries reveal that North Korea sent elite troops to support Russia, not ordinary soldiers. It remains to be seen whether Ukrainian troops can capture more North Korean soldiers or other Russian valuables to gain leverage in the war with Moscow. Pentagon spokesperson Major General Pat Ryder said, "We do assess that North Korean soldiers have engaged in combat in Kursk. We do have indications that they have suffered casualties, both killed and wounded.